As stated before, my name is Klodjana Skendaj. I come from Albania, New York University of Tirana. It's my second time at attendance in conference in Florence online. The second, I think the third one will be a charm, so I'll be in Italy present. It's a different feeling, of course, when you are there. Um, I would like to announce the idea that probably AI now it's becoming the hot topic of every conversation, especially regarding the education, regarding every kind of, let's say, not only how we teach nowadays, how our students have the perception of AI and the usage of how we are dealing with it. We cannot deny the pattern that AI it's not just for our students, it's for us. It's an amazing tool, an amazing mean that we can use and we can work more diligent, more efficient, more, let's say, productive, I would say. Now, when it comes to the perception that I have as a professional, I would say that AI for me, it's, I would say, the great assistant that never gets tired, that is always there, even at 2 a.m. with me asking the silly questions or using it as a tool, research tool for my PhD. I would say that it's amazing and I would say it's fantastic. When it comes to my, let's say, settings in classrooms, in our auditoriums, that would be something that it changes and it shifts my perspective. When it first started to begin to become common and to be open to everyone, I was skeptical to, I cannot deny that part, that I would say that it would make my students somehow lazy and able to cheat in everything. But of course, we have our tools and our means that how to detect and how to make and check whether our students are genuine or not in their work lines. So as you can see, my topic is AI tools and the risk to critical thinking skills in undergraduate courses. Since my courses contain mostly about writing and research and let's say something that a student would have to have certain steps before they present their products, which is the final part. But writing is a process, not just a product. And when I say writing is a process, it means that it involves a lot of other skills. It has to do with the idea of students having a question, searching about the question, searching about what's going on this matter, on this issue, reading about it, thinking about it, and then starting to write. And this kind of process, if I compare my teaching 5 years ago up to now, has changed a lot, has shifted a completely different setting. And what I'm doing now, it's approaching and introducing my students that these AI tools are amazing. I'm teaching them how to use them. I'm teaching them how to have a certain, let's say, prospect to this kind of mean that we're going to use. We cannot deny it. It's there. But we need to be smart in teaching our students how to use them at their own convenience, not to be something that there will be repercussions about it. Of course, most of universities has built up policies about AI, and I agree with the professor that said that pointing out the percentage, it's not wise because there is always a student is like if it is 20%, it will be 21. It cannot be penalized for this 1% when it comes to this part because even AI tools can be false positive in their detections. So what is that I'm more concerned about is that how can my students use this kind of tools, but at the same time not risk their ability to learn and their, let's say, eagerness to learn. So what is that I wanted to check is that I wanted to check both perspectives, instructors, which when I mean instructors, it means professors, university professors, and of course the students. And this study was divided in two phases. The first one was surveying students, asking students about the perceptions that they have about AI and how they use it, especially regarding assignments, and of course the perspective of instructors. And our, let's say, approach was to see these two parties because those are the main, let's say, conflict that happens practically every day in our auditoriums, students versus instructors, especially when it comes to the idea that I have done the assignment myself, the machine is lying, it's not true, I can prove it to you, and this is a kind of back and forth situation. So our goal is to assess the impact that it has on originality and critical thinking, and in both perspective, in both students and instructors. So what is that we want to point out is that while these tools can enhance and let's say be efficient and provide support to us, they also pose significant risk to students' critical thinking, and especially in their analytical abilities. Our research was extended to undergraduate level because those are the, let's say, I would say, the first steps for our students in order for them to be our future, let's say, job market representative, and of course, even researchers and even innovative in their own area and in their own majors. And if they don't build this approach on how to see everything in the critical point of view, then it will be something that it will be repercussions to our future generations in the next 10 years, 20 years, and so on. So how dependent now are our students in these AI tools, and how reliant can they be, especially regarding in the problem solving techniques, in creativity, and especially in the independence analysis. Now, passing on to what is that I want to point out is mostly about it started something as a struggle to my auditorium. It started as something that I wanted to make my institution be aware of the risk that we are posing to that one. And let's say I was the prior major demander that we need to be ready. We need to inform ourselves. We need to check how we are going to deal with this new tool. And mind you, I had colleagues of mine who would reject immediately, especially first thing that they heard AI, nothing to do with it. But we cannot deny it. It's there. It's everywhere. Even when I enrolled in our conference, it was that you have an AI assistant. Like it was new comparing to when I entered this conference 2 years ago. So it's there, and we need to be able to teach our students what to do with it. So this research investigates how undergraduate students' reliance on AI tools such as grammar checkers, paraphrasing engines, generative text platforms affects their originality and their critical thinking. This study surveyed 203 students and 60 instructors, combining the quantitative analysis and qualitative insights. The concern is, does frequent AI use enhance performance while eroding independent reasoning? And mind you, the findings were somehow must. I would say I expected them, but at the same time, they were like self-reflective even for me. Many scholars and many institutions have, let's say, gone into the idea that we need to make aware and we have to have a collaboration between educational institutions and even patterns or parties involving governments, involving, let's say, policies that they have to introduce to us. That's why with the other professor, I asked about the idea that are we ready to start with that? And are these kind of domains that we are using safe? Are they protecting our data? Are we using our data? We don't know it. And the same, it goes even for students. And a majority of the educational institutions have found themselves unprepared for the patterns of AI tools, such as my institution in itself. And whether such pattern was ever tested and its effect have ever been comprehended, this is something that time will show. Only time will show. And we are seeing it day by day, the effect that it has, the impact that it has. And mostly, I always make some kind of, let's say, comparison between the idea that if we are testing and giving a new drug to our public or to our nation, we tested it beforehand in our labs, like our researchers do that, and then say they come with the statistical proof that say in 1,000 people one will be affected, which means in one statistic it's safe. But with AI, giving open to public, starting from the age of 5 up to the age of 80. Has it ever been tested? What are the effects of this one? And this is something that I was posed only to the critical point of view to how my students will increase or decrease such skill, or will they improve, or will they, let's say, have repercussions about it. This was my area of expertise, but this is something that has to be for every instructor possible. So we had these research questions and hypotheses. To what extent do undergraduates rely on AI tools? How does AI use affect originality and dependent analysis? What are students and instructors' perception of AI roles? Our hypotheses were like AI frequent uses reduces critical thinking, heavy reliance lowers originality, and instructors perceive AI as a threat to reasoning. Our methodologies, as stated before, was divided in two phases. So the first one was about asking students, and the second one was about concentrating mostly about the instructors. The analysis that were used in order to prove our, let's say, our data, yes, SPSS and Coriolis-Wallace tests, Spearman correlation, regression models, and the reliability confirmed the Krobach alpha. As you can see, the figure in there is because I'm not good at statistical numbers and this part. You just have to make the main part. So the major result is that relationship between a frequency of AI use and cognitive skills. Results revealed a paradox. So this is what I have came up with let's say the idea of what I came to realization. It's a paradox. What we found out is that most of the students' respondents were that the students who use more AI are more skeptical about how what's the outcome, what's the product, and the students who use it less, they were more into the idea that yeah, it's good, the product is good, I can use it, I was safe with it saved me time and everything else. But the ones who used it more, and mostly even for research, even for paraphrasing, even for grammar checker, even for let's say summarizing or paraphrasing, because my main priority when I teach students is like how to give credibility to the authors and how to use this kind of authors by paraphrasing and in text citations and every technique possible when it comes to scientific writing. So everything that they are supposed to be to be learning in the first undergraduate year, bachelor study, all majors, they have to have a technique about how to use them and where to search and what is that they come. And me myself, I have posed to them that let's try AI together in class and let's take a text, ask him to paraphrase it, ask him to write a paragraph. And after I have taught them what's a paragraph, what is the technique about it, and when I show that to them that see what's wrong with what AI provided to you and what are the rules and regulations about it. And this was when I came to realization that yes, the critical thinking point of view, if it's not built and provided with a secure, safe knowledge by instructors, educational institutions, the AI platforms would literally deform the knowledge of our students and literally provide something that is not, if it is not someone who already knows the knowledge and able to criticize. So my approach was about now let's check AI. Let's do the reverse process. AI provides something, we should see whether AI provided as we know it is the right pattern to that. So the statistical tests show frequent use correlates with lower levels of critical thinking, originality, and independent reasoning. Another result that came, especially when it comes to the student's point of view, the Kruskalis-Wallace test. I have always difficulty in pronouncing the name. Significant differences emerged in perception of AI benefits, idea, organization, time saving, grammar correction, research skills, right? That heavy user expressed criticism and skepticism about it, which was something I was at the same time happy, but at the same time like, how come? Because if you have something that it's ready for you, you'd be like stress-free about it. But when they got the feedback, they got discouraged and they felt like all the work that they have been posing, even though it wasn't that much of a time if they have done it compared to if they have done it themselves, they said that this was something that they wasted time and effort. If they have done it by themselves, it's since the first step, and AI would the point of view that I had.
I'm afraid we are having a technical problem.
Yes, we have.
Maybe it's
Frozen.
oh yeah. Now you're back. Now you're back, Klodjana.
Okay. Was it
You
my area, my point of view?
I think
Yes,
so.
of course.
I
I'm
think
going
so.
to note, please take into account not more than 3 minutes to
Yes.
complete your.
Yes. I'm done. I'm mostly done. Mostly done. So as you can see, most of the pattern that the analysis, statistical analysis that we did, show the regression of models of confirm that AI uses significantly impact performance, and mostly is about critical thinking, originality, and independence reasoning. So highlighting what is that I wanted to point out is that the balance to efficiently used, with which something that I would recommend in my classes, my colleagues, and everywhere that I have to give my saying on this part, is that we need to encourage AI use, but of course as a supportive tool, not as a replacement. Design assignments that foster deep analysis. Of course, we need to have this kind of assignments because we need our students to be productive, but we have to ask more about the analysis of it, not just the product themselves, and mostly the oral point of view that they have to present their own thing, their own idea, their own tool, and of course stating what they use. Of course, providing everything that they have, every pattern that they changed or modified. Provide training on ethical and effective AI use, especially for instructors, and was something that they came out from instructor. That was a desperate need for every person that was asked about it. Establish clear institutional guidelines. The guidelines should be some kind of a reference so that most of the instructors cannot be evasive in their instructions, but at the same time have some kind of backup plan, what to do when they come with an issue, because the issues come and change practically every day. Ultimately, technology must enhance, not erode critical thinking. That was my final point of view. If you have any questions regarding, I'm open. Thank you very much.